Hey, Jeff Gersman.
Hello, Dan Reichert. What? Why is that lady?
She's scared. It's spooky.
Is she a zombie?
No, she's afraid he might be.
People can't move like that.
She just met that man on a train.
Don't trust anyone you meet on a train.
I've learned that.
There's something about a train.
Jeff, you probably think that Resident Evil 1, work with me here, is the first Resident Evil.
Yes, that's me. I think Resident Evil is the first Resident Evil. Go on.
Well, you'd be wrong, Jeff Gersman.
What are you talking about?
Before the mansion, before all that stuff that happened there with the T-virus, there was Resident Evil 0.
Resident Evil 0, you say?
Yes.
Go
All
on.
right, so here's this game.
Okay.
So this is, if you remember, back in the early aughts, the Resident Evil 0 came out on the GameCube.
Yes.
And this is only a once-removed remaster, unlike the GameCube, or the other one that came out recently, if you remember, the Resident Evil HD No, Resident Evil GameCube HD, the remake remastered.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah.
This is just an HD shine on a game that already looks pretty damn good.
Yeah. So what's the deal with this thing? Is this the PC version?
This is PC. This is also on the consoles.
Yeah. How much are they charging for this thing? Do you know?
I want to say it's either 30 or 40. But yeah, it's the stuff they did with the remake remaster, like this new control scheme. Notice I'm just pressing directions on the analog sticks.
Well, I can't. I'm not looking at you.
I'm doing that.
Okay, look at you. Okay.
But if I want old tank
folks
controls,
at home, he's moving like a modern video game character.
yes. But if I want to, I can control with the D-pad and just do the old tank controls here. But you can also see some new extra stuff. We got some DLC costumes here. This is not what these folks looked like originally.
And who are these people? Is that Claire Redfield and
No.
Nikki Valentine? What is
No, this is Billy.
Billy Valentine. Billy Ray Valentine. Okay, Billy Ray Valentine.
I'm Billy Ray Cyrus here. And let's
and
go in.
Kendra.
I believe this is Rebecca Chambers.
She's the master of knifing.
No, yes. Before Jill. If we take a look here, so you can actually switch between them. But you can look here, you got Billy there, and you swap her out, and you got, I believe that's Rebecca Chambers.
Okay,
Who she had a minor role in the first Resident Evil 1.
Right, yes.
But one weird thing that they added here is like, look at all this nonsense I got in my thing here. I got 6 squares here. I don't need all this stuff. I don't need to carry ink ribbons around with me. I can just leave these here. Anywhere. I don't have to go to an item box.
Oh, okay.
I don't want this stuff.
Yeah, gas tanks. What's that about?
Yeah, two healing
Carrying around
items.
3 gas tanks. Who can even do that?
2 healing items, that seems egregious. We'll get rid of that right now.
Now you're just being weird. I don't know. That's
Nah, it'll be easy. It'll be fine. Get rid of these. This is nice because I'm also kind of simultaneously playing the remake remaster. And so that one, I'm constantly having to run back and forth to item boxes.
Yeah.
So to be able to just crap all this stuff out here, and then you can pull up your map at any point and see where that stuff is.
Okay, yeah,
So you
so
can pull up an item list and it shows you like where it is.
Huh.
Yeah. So if you forget, like, shit, where did I leave that shotgun? Real easy to find it.
weird. Cool though. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but largely this is the same game as it was on the GameCube. This is also messing with me because the controls are just different enough. X is go into your inventory instead of Y like it is on the remake remaster. But you can set them, like you see I've got Billy set to attack. So he's got a ton of ammo right now. So now if there are zombies in the room, he's just gonna shoot them. In fact, I think we'll probably see that in this next room. Whereas if you want to conserve ammo, you can set them to idle. So like if I was playing as Billy right now, I wouldn't want Rebecca to be wasting precious shotgun ammo.
Right, yeah.
So like watch here, I'm Rebecca, but Billy's just gonna take care of business here.
Okay.
And then, but if I want to, I can always run around and take care of business myself. I think we'll have
Shiny thing. Oh, zombie.
Thanks, Billy.
Yeah, look at that. You back up and can't see the zombie, and then you want, yeah.
Yeah, Resident Evil. Classic Resident Evil.
Classic.
And you'll see a lot of duplicates of items in this because you'll leave stuff and, you might go across the mansion or to a different area or whatever. So you will find duplicates. Although, I think this
What is that? What is that item then? Is this shiny thing?
We will pick that up in a second. We have the hunting gun. I think this might be actually a different shotgun. Let me just check. Then we will get the other shiny. Pretty particular here. All right, Rebecca. There we go. So that's a shotgun. Let's equip that instead of the hunting gun. I don't know much about guns, so I don't know what the difference is, but shotgun sounds cooler than hunting gun.
Yeah, sure.
And it holds 7 shells.
That's a lot. Okay, that's more shells.
So I can leave this here. Does that just ditch the 2 ammo in there?
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, I guess it does. So if I picked it up, it would probably have 2 in there. So here, that looks like a key item to me, Jeff. Got a black statue.
It's a black statue.
I'm in yellow, caution, but
Don't have room for these knives and first aid spray, but this broken little statue, that's coming with us.
That seems pretty important, right?
Sounds like the type of logic you get from people who take trains.
Right. Which, the game does start on a train, and then you crash the train, and then you wind up here in some kind of weird training facility. Bunch of mentions of the word umbrella. It's an umbrella factory.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Terrible working conditions.
It was raining in San Francisco today, and I saw a man on the street that had an umbrella.
I saw several
and
umbrellas
it looked like it had the umbrella logo on it. It was
You think that was
red and white.
intentional?
I don't know. Probably not. It was probably just lucky, I guess.
I see stuff all the time like that in San Francisco. Like, saw a guy today when I was leaving lunch. He had a carrying bag and it said "bag of holding" on it, and he had it wasn't Resident Evil, but I forget what game it was. So you see more game-related apparel in these parts.
I see a fair amount of people driving with like Portal bumper stickers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I see some of that stuff.
Here and there.
Yeah. Let's see. So we don't have the map yet, so it's just going to be what we've been to. Yellow doors are we can go through them. Red doors we cannot. Oh, that's different too. But yeah, I talked a bit on the Bombcast this week about how playing this and getting it ready for a quick look kind of just made Resident Evil click for me in a way that in the last 20 years it really hasn't.
Yeah. Which is weird, because I don't know that this game is necessarily like super fondly remembered.
No,
is it?
It's not necessarily that this game is great. I mean, it was well received enough. I mean, it wasn't like heralded as one of the best in the series, but it was liked for sure. But yeah, just playing it, I just feel like finally, as I just played more types of games, and I don't know, like I said on the Bombcast, I just wanted to shoot stuff and get scared. Back when I was buying Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 back on PlayStation.
Right, yeah.
And I always wound up quitting halfway through because it's like, oh, all these fucking items.
Yeah,
and
Resident Evil is a game about not shooting. It's the bullets you don't fire, man.
Right. Which I was always running out of ammo. I was always getting frustrated by the inventory stuff. And for some reason, while I was playing this, I started realizing like, oh yeah, I can avoid a lot of combat. And these are just adventure game elements. And like, I think 20 years ago, I was not really receptive to that.
Yeah.
So now it's just kind of clicking for me the way it never did before. And that's why I went back and I'm playing the remaster, which I'm enjoying quite a bit. That seems better than this one. But this one does not seem bad by any means. But yeah, 4, like I think it was for a lot of people, 4 was the one where I played it and I was like, yes, okay, I can finally love this game, play it through to completion, because it felt like an action game.
Sure.
Winch control for a lift. There's a square-shaped hole in the panel. All right, we need something square.
Just black statue.
Let's, you know what? Let's take a look. Can examine stuff. I don't see any squares.
No squares.
Is that a decahedron or something?
1,
a
2,
10?
3. I mean, let's just call that a circle that
That's
they
a circle.
didn't want to put more polygons into.
Okay, that works. She does not have any space, I think. Okay, so he could carry stuff if I need to. So I can actually control him at any time with the right analog stick. So the main character is left analog, other character is right analog. And if I want to, I can just leave him here.
Stay here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can just hit back.
Follow me.
Yeah.
How long will he stay there? If you go to another room, will he stay?
I think permanently.
Oh, wow.
But every once in a while, like if you leave him in a place that might have zombies coming back to life or whatever, you'll hear over the radio like, I'm dying, help me. And then you got to run back and
You just
save
switch
your
to
partner.
him and do stuff?
You could do that. Yes, you could certainly do that. Locked. Doors embossed with a fire motif. Okay. Yeah, you could switch to them. But I like to run and save them dramatically. But yeah, I've been enjoying this. It's a nice twist on things. At this point in the series, a lot of stuff had already been done. Wait, damn it, this is where this came from. And so adding the second player, and there are some puzzles here, some adventures of cookies and cream.
Okay, all right.
Type puzzles.
Nice. All right, I'm in.
So yeah, there's some stuff like that. Okay, so fire motif here.
Yeah, I guess like giving you the ability to control the other character kind of at will or position them and switch and do all that stuff. Lets you do like, you stand here on this panel, you do this.
Yeah, there's a lot of that
stuff.
stuff. Or like, oh, you're going to turn this crank and that opens the door for just a second.
Oh, yeah.
And so you can't run over there,
Right,
but,
right.
If you had them in place. Yeah, I have not...
What's at the time? I mean, that wasn't really what these games were necessarily about. So
Oh,
it was
no.
kind of a...
No, it wasn't a whole lot of like timing-based puzzles.
Yeah,
and
though
stuff.
I don't remember anything about Resident Evil 3. Now
That was Nemesis. That was the one where the Nemesis guy that was hunting down STARS members would just like burst through walls and shit and just
Right.
almost like a clock tower, like the Scissor Man kind of chasing you around thing. Okay, so I think she's got the black statue. So if you look at this here, There's something on the base. When good and evil are brought into balance, a new path will be opened before you. Well, why don't we put this evil-looking thing on here? And I'm guessing we'll need a good one, too, to balance that out.
I mean, you do have to balance it out.
Yes. Let's see here. So we can go... All right, I do have the full map now. So can't go right, can't go this way. This area here, this training facility, is very mansion-like from the original. Whereas the train was kind of a different thing. A lot of close quarters encounters and things like that. Yeah, it's interesting. As I was playing through the first one so much this weekend, I went back because I remember I did the quick look of that remaster with Drew. And sure enough, all those old arguments I had were just saying things like, oh, this inventory stuff, and you know, like, it hadn't clicked yet.
Right.
And yeah, I'm really glad it has. All right, so we got meetings, level 5, okay. Entry code 815, that's highlighted green, so I bet we're gonna need to remember that. Can you remember 815?
815.
All right. I hear crows.
815.
815, okay. I might need that later. Is that a raven or a crow? Oh, okay, I got bullets. We'll let him pick that up.
The switch thing is really weird.
Oh, just that weird effect. Yeah. I guess it's less weird if it's like different areas. Like if I'm here, she's over there.
Yeah. What's that?
Is
that your other statue? No.
Oh, is that square? Jeff?
It's a crank handle.
That sure looks like the thing I need.
815, 815, 815.
See, old Dan would have sat in there and used all his shotgun ammo.
Yeah.
Taking out all those birds for naught.
You don't gain XP for kills.
Nope.
Just go.
Now I've got like 8 more shells than old Dan would have had.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was always with the first one, it was when the hunters arrived. I assume you've played through the first one, right?
No.
Oh, no?
No, I've never liked these games.
Oh, wow, okay.
Just completely off-put for some of the same reasons that you were. But I was never like, oh man, I just want more action. It was more just like, I don't really like zombies, and the tank control stuff is really hard to deal with, and the shooting is not precise enough.
Yeah, the shooting stuff always kind of bothered me.
I liked Alone in the Dark, which was this game before this game was this game.
Right.
You know, and even that, I got to a point where like, all right, I'm done with Alone in the Dark.
Yeah, I never liked zombie stuff either, but there was like that wasn't what bothered me about the first one. Like you talk about the imprecise.
For me, it was like a lot of the controls and camera and that sort of stuff. I just didn't think it controlled particularly well.
Yeah.
And wasn't really into it, its look or its style. You know, it just didn't really do it for me on any level. So, and it never has. You know, that's the thing. Like, you know, for a lot of people, like Resident Evil 4 was a kind of like come to Resident Evil moment. But I just.
So even 4 didn't get you.
I didn't like the shooting at all.
Oh man, I adored
And it's one of those things where I'm sure, like, you know, hey, if you've been suffering through Resident Evils 1 through 3 and you get to 4, the shooing is just like a revelation.
Well, I'm sure there are also those people that are like, this is not the Resident Evil I know.
No, that's true. But
oh, I loved it back then.
I never found the aiming. I never got good at shooting things in that game.
Huh?
I never got good at actually aiming the gun, and like it just seemed too all over the place.
I go for the legs.
Yeah, no, that's no fun.
Did you play? Oh, okay.
That's okay. Yep. Problem solved.
That's a nice thing when you're doing games for quick looks. Is this is not my actual save, so
you just blast whatever. Yeah. Who cares? Shotgun ammo. You're fine.
That feels pretty good.
So I almost wonder, like, you know, hey, what if? I wonder if they would ever. Okay, think about it this way. This would be a weird thing, and I don't want to advocate for more remakes because I think Capcom is already over the limit, let's say.
I remember your reaction when they announced that this game was being remade on the podcast.
Resident Evil 4 was a very influential game. You know,
yes.
It led to a lot of things that, you know, became commonplace in third-person shooters and stuff like that. And I think that a lot of the games that kind of came in its wake honed those things and made those mechanics good for kind of shooting first.
Are you talking about like just over the shoulder third person in general?
It's like Gears is one of the games that I think even people that worked on that game would say that RE4 was an inspiration.
Right.
It would be neat. It would be an interesting experiment if they went back and remade Resident Evil 4, taking into account how far the third person shooter genre has come.
Okay.
and maybe get the controls and some of the aiming stuff a little more in line with more modern games.
Okay. Actually, I'm kind of surprised that they have not really entertained that. Like they've done the HD.
They remade this. They
Right.
remade 2.
I mean, they remade 4 in the way they remade
will
this.
Eventually, yeah, right. You're right.
With the HD thing.
They will probably eventually remake 3. And then once
3?
they're done with 3, they'll probably do Code Veronica.
I remember. Oh god. Oh motherfucker. I remember.
Those are not zombies.
No,
by the
they're
way.
not at all.
I mean, maybe they are. Maybe they're undead bugs.
No, they're just big bugs.
Is that a laser gun?
That looks like a grenade launcher.
Yeah.
3, I remember, was where some fatigue started setting in with the series, just from reading reviews and stuff, because I never even played that much of it. And that's why I think after that, like, people were kind of getting tired of a lot of that stuff.
Maybe, but at the same time, 3 was a very popular game. Like,
Well, yeah,
you know,
I mean-
and also Code Veronica was huge at the time. I couldn't tell you one way or the other how people like feel about Code Veronica now.
It's fine.
But at the
I like
time,
it.
people were losing their minds
Really?
about that game. Yeah.
I remember people thinking like, yeah, it's better than 3.
I remember people going like, "Oh man, this is the best Resident Evil. This is an amazing game. Look at how it looks." Like, you know, because it was on a different
The Dreamcast.
platform, it looked better. You know, that it just kind of, you know, set the new standard. So for that game, that seemed like that was the one that people wanted remakes of for a little while.
Which they did do an HD of that.
Did they?
Yeah,
Did
they did.
do it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, great. They can remake that HD version someday.
I'd be curious to go back to like, they made 2
There you
on,
go.
I can't hear it right now. They made 2 on 64, I remember. Later
Right,
it came to
yeah,
64, and I think
yeah.
it was kind of rare. I remember I was working at GameStop at the time, and I think we gave like a ton trade-in for that.
Should you drop stuff to get that puzzle item, or are you just like
I think I'm gonna come back to this. I will be around this area,
Oh,
I think,
okay.
for a bit. My priority right now is reconnecting with Billy here by unlocking this
Yeah,
door.
gotta hang out with Billy.
Yeah.
Miss that guy.
Yeah, good guy. Man, yeah, I remember Code Veronica being well received, but not, I mean...
Yeah, I remember being like a big moment.
Huh, okay.
And I could be, you know, again, that's me from the kind of the outside looking in or whatever, as it, like someone who didn't especially like those games.
Right.
But I remember Code Veronica being
like
long awaited and well received, and because it was the return of what's her face.
That was Claire Redfield.
Yeah,
I
it was
believe,
like hadn't Claire not been in it for a few games at that point?
Claire was in 2 with Leon, and then 3 was Jill. I can't remember if there was a second playable character. I think it was just Jill mainly. And
So it was
then-
something where they were kind of getting back to some story elements in Code Veronica that maybe they hadn't touched on.
Maybe that was following on 2, because I know 2 is the one when I think of people like fondly remembering the series. 2 was beloved.
People definitely go crazy for 2. People loved 1, but 2.
Yeah, I mean 1 was awesome, but it
2
seems
was
like
quite popular.
2 kind of did everything 1 did, but just better. And like the police station setup and everything, people liked a lot. I remember liking the idea of the 1.5, like seeing all those screenshots of the like blue tinted game that never got released
Right,
exactly.
yeah.
I thought that looked really cool.
Some of that stuff has since gotten out there.
Really, like in a playable fashion? Mm-hmm. Huh. I'm aware of that. Yeah, but I bought them every time, thinking like, okay, I'm gonna beat this one. I'm gonna actually do it. And then I just exact same thing every single one of these games. I'd get pretty far, but then just be like, ah, man, I just Yeah, I would always in Code Veronica specifically. I remember going into the Tyrant boss fight in the back of a helicopter or something, and you needed like a grenade launcher or something of that power to take them down. And I didn't have it, but I only had 1 save slot.
Yep.
And so I just like, I had gotten pretty far. That was like maybe the
and you're
first
just like,
disc,
well,
I'm gonna say.
okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm never playing this game again.
Yeah.
Which is to this day, that's why I have like 9,000 saves every time I play Fallout or Skyrim or something, is because of Code Veronica. Okay, so here I just unlocked the door so I can get both of them here. So I believe only Billy is strong enough to crank this thing. So watch this. If we do this. I feel like the animation for a lot of Capcom characters has not really changed that much over the years. Like, I remember playing Resident Evil 5 and 6, and it's still kind of that stiff animation. So see how that drops like immediately? Mm-hmm.
Let's regroup.
Roger.
Let's split up.
Roger.
Roger.
Wait, I want to see if he says yeah like that every time.
Come on.
Okay.
I'll go check over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so she can go down here. I'll show some of the DLC costumes as well. I don't remember if these were unlockable at any point in the GameCube version, so these might be brand new here. Okay, switch, use. All right, I got leather on. I can be a nurse.
Of course.
From Resident Evil: The Mercenaries 3D. Stars prototype. Cancel.
Oh, the cancel costumes. Yeah, that's great.
Stars 02. Stars 96. Stars 97. Sportswear. Cheerleader. Western. I'm gonna go with Western. Oh wait, there are T-shirts too.
Yeah, what's the T-shirt stuff?
I never saw that before. I like T-shirts. Oh, I can just switch right to Billy from here too. Okay. Oh, a Jill sandwich shirt.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Barry Burton said Jill sandwich in the first game.
No, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that one piece of audio of that stuff all cut together to sound dirty.
Yeah. Right, I switch to him. Go over here. That's kind of a clunky way to do this, but it works. Wolf Force. We should probably
Mercs.
We should probably put on Wolf
Mercs.
Force. I don't even really remember Mercs.
It's a sequel to Commando. What? This game is weird.
Sequel to Commando, like with Joe, like the NES Commando, where they drop you off in the helicopter, and I love that.
Yeah, like
game.
in Japan, that game has a title that is connected to the original Commando.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I loved Commando. All right, I'm Wolf Force Billy now. From Mercs.
Well, great. Can you change him to look like the car from the Speed Rumbler? And
I don't think
can
I've
she look
unlocked
like
it.
the dude from Trojan? Man, that would
don't
be
know any of these
awesome.
things.
Oh, that'd be so good. Why isn't there a new Trojan? You know, I bet if that Bionic Commando remake had gone better, they would have eventually gotten around to making a new Trojan
What
game.
was Trojan? I don't remember that at all.
You had a sword and shield, and you fucking walked to the right and fucked shit up.
NES?
Yeah, an arcade.
Okay. Oh, good. Glad I sent her down here. Let's drop something. Yeah, I don't think
Her
I played that.
cowgirl outfit does not leave a lot of room for keys.
No, not so much. All right, we'll leave the napalm down here. What? I can't leave napalm here?
Not there.
Why? I need to pick that thing up. Oh, wait, I think if you're moving, you can't drop it. Or maybe I just can't drop it. Oh, because this damn thing's going to fill up with water at some point, probably. All right, let's go up here. Do you have any Western attire?
I have a really crappy cowboy hat.
Okay. Where do you get it?
A friend of mine got it as part of a Halloween costume. He was going to dress up like Bret Michaels one year.
Okay. I just watched Bret Michaels in that documentary I talked about a couple weeks ago, that Fall of Western,
Oh,
Decline of
sure,
Western
yeah.
Civilization.
Yeah.
I don't like Bret Michaels.
No, yeah.
I don't like any of those bands.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Zombie Centipede. You should probably shoot
Oh,
it.
wait. Did I leave the fucking grenade launcher with her? Oh, does she have the shotgun and the grenade launcher? And
Yes.
she's going to get, oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
she does, yeah.
All right, so the one that's captive here is the one with all the guns that are great for
Well,
killing
she
this
should probably
thing.
do most of the shooting then.
She seems to be in trouble right now.
Oh, well, you got a pistol. It's fine.
All right, I guess we're
It
just...
says fine right on the screen. Shoot that thing.
That's true.
What are you even shooting? You're shooting off screen.
It's Resident Evil, that's how it works.
Oh, man.
Good thing I left the grenades here. God damn it, I wanted to use that grenade launcher. Yeah, I was never big on boss fights in Resident Evil games.
This is...
Yeah, all right, let me see if I'm hurting too bad. Might as well.
You know, this game probably came out after this time period, but I'm going to say this is some 1990s ass gaming right here that you're doing.
Yeah, this is early 2000s.
Yeah, well, I'm still not wrong.
Are you all right?
Yes.
Do you have the grenade launcher? Oh, guess we don't need it anymore.
Well, I think we should at least shoot the grenade launcher once before this quick look is over.
Can you kill your partner with the grenade
I
launcher?
mean, we can try. I'm
you
going
should
to doubt
probably
it.
see what happens. I mean, that's something we should at least test out.
All right, let's see here, Billy. Wolf Force Billy.
Stay here.
Nope. That's kind of an impotent little explosion. That was not...
Yeah, that's
Well, we could pick up the napalm too and see how that
like
looks.
the propellant of the grenade looks more impressive than the actual explosion.
Yeah,
it seems to
yeah.
go a little bit further and just blows up.
Yeah.
Like the cool thing about video game grenade launchers is it gives them a chance to have a good metal clanking noise as
Yes.
the grenade bounces around.
For sure. Let's see, do you think the napalm's gonna impress?
I do like fire.
Let's see. Boy, this would have been super. Well, not that I had too much trouble with that snake thing anyway, or centipede. All right, let's see. All right, it just burns a little longer.
And makes a weird zoom in effect when you.
All right, Jeff.
Yeah.
That's Resident Evil 0 HD remake.
Okay.
Remaster.
Yeah, all right.
Remaster. Remake implies more.
Yes.
This is
right. This is a remaster.
This is a remaster that lets you do this with the sticks.
$20.
$20.
$20.
$20. Oh, right. I was trying to think of the price for there's the Origins collection, which is one and this on the same thing for consoles.
Okay.
But yeah, this itself is $20. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, it's I don't know. I guess it just came at the right time for me, since it for the first time Resident Evil
This
was
is some
fun
great
for me.
choreography.
Yeah, look
this
at this.
is awesome.
Yeah, I played Cookies and Cream.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're a big Resident Evil fan, this is probably the way to play Resident Evil 0, or if you've been wanting to check it out. But yeah, it's cool. I enjoy it.
Yeah, cool. It's weird that this game is the game that made the stuff click for you, but you know.
But I mean,
I guess
most importantly,
just,
it's not what this game had to offer.
it's more that it made a click for you and then made you immediately want to play a different Resident Evil game.
a better
which is
Resident Evil game. Yes.
Probably a little damning about this Resident Evil
Yeah,
game.
it ain't bad, but it brought me to a better one. So yeah, that's what we got, Jeff.
Cool.
Thanks for joining me.
Yep. Thanks, Dan.